welcome to a Friday afternoon. I know many of you either started or are considering what you want to do for your Vermont climate change claim, and I'm here to just go over a few things with you and also to show you something that I just created to help you stay organized and to help you with your work. So within the ecology folder in week 3, a couple things that you can use. You have PowerPoints, depending on your group, that you can use. You also have additional resources and readings that you can benefit from to add to your repertoire. And again, if it's a species in Vermont that is either an invasive species or a generalist or specialist that's struggling, or it might be a disease, it is fair game for you to use. Within this assignment, let's open this. You're really responding to this prompt of how Vermont's changing environmental conditions will impact some broader aspect of the biosphere, or life, as we would call it. To be proficient, you're going to have an authoritative specific claim. You're going to use multiple types of evidence that might include vocabulary, data, and statistics, or observations, and then a so what of the evidence in terms of interpreting, connecting, or drawing in other ideas. So, with that being said, let's take a look at this climate flowchart. In here, I have a topic sentence flowchart where you can sort of brainstorm your action, your significance, and your outcome. Evidence that you might use based on a species, its niche, and relevant climate data, and then an outcome in terms of prediction, relevant evidence, and impacts. So I'm just going to workshop one right now for you. I'm going to pick the topic of residential species. I think my action is going to be changes in winter. Well, I'm going to make that even more specific. A warming winter of 3 degrees Fahrenheit will change residential species behavior. Okay. And the significance in here would be the 3 degree Fahrenheit warming, and the outcome would be more conflicts with humans and other, or I could just say, you know what, not more conflicts, let's say more competition with space and resources. So let's take a look at one of my species. I'm going to talk about the bear. The bear is a generalist when it comes to its diet because they are omnivores, but they require huge stores of food. I also know that they're a specialist and that they hibernate from about October to April. So a relevant piece of Vermont climate would be the winters are warming 3 degrees F, and maybe that also I see in my data that we have significantly more 50 degree days in winter. So an outcome of this, because remember my outcome is more competition in space with resources, might be that bears will wake up earlier due to changes in weather. The relevant evidence might be in my article. I see that bear incidences with humans have increased 4 times. And maybe a ramification of this is, or an impact could be that bears are waking up with little natural food, so more human disturbances will be a natural consequence. So right there, I've been able to talk about how a warming winter will lead to more competition for space and resources. I've talked about the bear in terms of its niche, in terms of being generalist and a specialist, and how that might be related to winter warming. And then using some evidence, I've made a prediction to talk about what might happen as a result. I might then talk about migratory birds, and I also might take a look at what's another species that might be fighting for resources in space? I might look at tree saplings. I don't have a resource on that yet, but I could probably find one. And I'm going to talk about their niches, whether they're generalists or specialists, how changes in Vermont's weather might be related to that, and then start making predictions with any evidence and thinking about the ramifications or the outcomes. I'm going to post this in Schoology so you can use it. By all means, you are entitled to come see me during a free period, before school, after school. Whenever you want to come and talk to me about your writing, I am here to help you. Again, this is our first sort of mastery score when it comes to argumentative writing. You're going to be doing this in many more units and in many more assignments. So for right now, take what you've learned and practice it, and the grades will follow naturally. You guys are doing great. Here to help. See you soon.